Hey guys, welcome back to Journey with Rebecca. My name is Rebecca and this is my journey, and I am a little crazy and chaotic right now, but I wanted to share a side dish that I am making for dinner tonight with you. So here I am, chaos and all. You're in for a treat with this one. This was a real doozy. I don't know where my brain is today, but it certainly seems to not be here in the kitchen with me. Stay tuned to find out all of the chaotic things that are happening in the kitchen today. So I'm putting together some stuffed mushrooms. I haven't made stuffed mushrooms in such a long time and I absolutely love them, and it's so easy to do. So I figured why not just share with you guys. So I have just wiped off all of my mushrooms. You don't want to put your mushrooms underwater. So what I did was just take a damp paper towel and I just wiped them all down. If there's a little bit of dirt on there, I don't get too worried about it. It's just dirt. It's not a big deal to me. But if you want to make sure you get every single piece of dirt off, that's fine too. It's just going to take you a little bit longer. So what I'm doing now is just taking off the stems of my mushrooms, and I'm going to chop those up. And they're actually going to get stuffed into the mushrooms. So that's one of the first things I'm doing. I've already preheated my oven to 400 degrees. And now I'm just gonna chop up these mushroom stems. All right, so I have chopped up all of the stems of the mushrooms, and now the next thing I'm doing is just taking a mixture of about 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter, and I'm just brushing the tops and bottoms of my mushrooms with this, and I'm putting it in a baking dish. You can put it in a baking dish. I just put some olive oil down. You could place it on parchment paper if you wanted to. I'm thinking now I could have put it on a Silpat, which would have probably been a better idea. But when I tell you it's chaos here, like I'm really not joking. Like since I've not been working, I've been so busy. I don't know how I had time to work. I'm not even joking. I've been so busy doing stuff with my website, which you can visit, by the way, at journeywithrebecca.com. I've just been doing stuff with my website, doing stuff with YouTube, putting out a ton of YouTube shorts, and just really trying to get myself out there, because this is what I really... My light just turned off, just adding to the chaos. This is what I really enjoy doing. So this is just what I'm focusing on in my life now. Not to mention, tomorrow my daughter is turning 13. And I still have to make her a cake, and I have to make her frosting, and I have to wrap her presents, and it's all around been very chaotic. Plus, I have been working 2 days a week at my brother's pizza shop. He and his wife, my sister-in-law, have been gracious enough to give me a job, and just a couple days a week, just to kind of fill in some gaps where they needed some help, and I need some help with some pay. So they've been gracious enough to help me. They own a pizza shop. It's called Max Pizza Shack. They have great pizza. It's named after my dad. So shout out to them. And I'm just about done now with all of my mushrooms. Now that my mushrooms are prepared, I am moving on to the filling for these stuffed mushrooms. I have 3 ounces of cream cheese that I have softened, and I'm just putting that into a bowl. To that, I'm adding a healthy amount of bacon bits. I'm not measuring. I'm going to say probably 1/4 cup. I'm cheating by using bacon bits instead of cooking real bacon, but I just don't have time to cook bacon right now. All right, to the bacon and the cream cheese, I'm also adding in some fresh chives that I just went out and picked from my garden. And this also calls for basil. You can either use fresh or dried. I just grabbed the dried basil from my garden that I grew and dehydrated last year, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to use it. sadly I have to throw the whole thing away because not that long ago I dropped this and the top of this broke off and glass shattered everywhere. And unfortunately, I just went to go dump out some of this basil to use, and there was shards of glass in it, which I was unaware of. I'm not going to risk it by using any of that, so I think I have some other dried basil. I'm not sure. If not, I'll just throw in some other kind of seasoning. So I'm just going to finish snipping in this chive here, and then salt and pepper is also going in here, and that's it. We're just going to mix it up and stuff our mushrooms. Again, I'm not measuring the salt, the pepper, or the chives. I only used one sprig of chives. I just need to grab a spoon and then just mix this all up. Oh, you know what? You know what else this calls for? Oh, gosh. This also calls for Parmesan cheese. I don't know. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to pour it in. I know I've said before, I'm just going to put the rest in. It's gone now. I'm not the kind of person that likes to measure things when I'm cooking. Obviously, when I'm baking, I'm going to be measuring, but if I don't have to, I very rarely follow a recipe to a T. I stray from them all of the time just because I like to do my own thing and make it my own. So, all right, this is all mixed up. I'm just going to stuff my mushrooms. This isn't a lot. I feel like I might have to make a whole second batch, which is unfortunate. All right, so I am going to stuff all of these mushrooms. So this is 2 containers of mushrooms. I don't know what the recipe that I'm quote unquote using called for. I don't know how many it called for to use because I didn't look at it. That's just not how I do things. So we'll see how far we can get with these. I don't want to have to make more filling because I just have so many other things to do right now. We might make it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Some of them might be a little sparse. We'll see what we can do. Oh boy. Getting down to the wire. Okay, we did it. We did it. Honestly, they could probably use a little bit more filling, but I'm not going to do it. I'm only cooking for me and my husband. By the way, I have no idea what we're eating with these mushrooms. I don't know even what time it is, but this is my only plan so far. This and a birthday cake that we can't eat until tomorrow. I wasn't joking when I said this was chaos. You know why the filling is so sparse? I didn't add the freaking mushroom stems. Should I even put this video on the internet for people to see? I'm wondering at this point. I put the stems behind me and then I completely forgot about them because out of sight, out of mind. Now I'm going to unstuff my mushrooms, mix in the mushroom stems, and restuff my mushrooms. Good times. I certainly did not plan on this going this way. You've heard of chaos gardening. Welcome to chaos cooking, featuring me, because I am apparently in a crazy headspace today. I don't know what to say. It is what it is at this point. I don't ever promise that this is going to be a YouTube channel that is for your perfect Pinterest ad or, Better Homes and Gardens. This is real life me filming real life things that happen in the kitchen. And sometimes that just means things get crazy. once I had all of my mushrooms unstuffed and I mixed in the mushroom stems, it felt like the mixture was a little bit too dry. So I did soften some more cream cheese and I added that to the mixture. I think it was like 3 ounces more. And then I also realized, sitting on the counter before me, was the garlic that I forgot to add. So I added a tablespoon of garlic, got that all mixed in, and then I restuffed the mushrooms so I could get them ready to put in the oven. At this point, it felt like dinner was never going to happen. Sometimes things just really don't go as planned. I just put the mushrooms in the oven. Great news, there was plenty of stuffing, even more than I actually needed. I ended up adding some extra cream cheese to it because it just wasn't creamy enough, and I forgot the garlic. So I put the garlic in it as well. I really am hoping that my daughter's birthday cake goes better than these stuffed mushrooms are going. And I've had such a time with these that I think I'm just going to throw together a little side salad and call that dinner. If my husband is hungry later, he can have a snack. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a time in my life where, like, if this chaos was happening in the kitchen, I would have, like, been losing my mind. But it is what it is. And I take this as a life lesson of, you know, you can wake up in the morning and stub your toe and it can ruin the rest of your day. You can screw up dinner and it could ruin the rest of your night. It's all about how you handle the situation. I'm taking it all in stride and I'm laughing at myself, and I hope it gives you a laugh too. And I know I'm not the only one who screws up in the kitchen, but some people might make this video and be like, oh my gosh, I screwed everything up, I'm just not going to do it. And I'm just not going to do that. This is real life. This is my journey. This is my chaos. And hopefully it makes you feel a little bit better about your chaos too. So anyways, the oven is very well preheated now because it's taken me so long to get these mushrooms in. I'm going to throw them in the oven, or they're in the oven. They're in the oven. They're going to go in there for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes doesn't seem like a very long time to me, so I'll check after 10 and see how they are. In the meantime, I'm going to clean up this big mess that I have made. If you know me at all, then you know that I didn't look at what time I put the mushrooms in the oven, nor did I set a timer, because I just forget to, and I tell myself, okay, I gotta make a note of what time I put it in so I know what time I need to take it out. It's been in there a lot longer than 10 minutes. They look amazing, they smell amazing. I'm really looking forward to eating them. I didn't put together a side salad. It's just mushrooms for dinner tonight. I don't know what to tell you. I really hope the cake goes better, like I said. If you wanted to garnish this with some fresh chives, you certainly could. I'm not going to put in that sort of effort right now. I'm just happy that they're done, and I hope that they taste amazing. And I appreciate you sticking around during the chaos of this video. Try this recipe for yourself. Do whatever you want with it. You don't have to follow a recipe at all. You can throw whatever you have around in there and call it stuffed mushrooms. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to share and like and subscribe, and I will see you all soon.